What to do when you burn out? Let's dive into this topic today and look at the following 3 things. Number 1, what causes burnout? Number 2, how to respond to burnout. And number 3, why haven't you subscribed to my podcast and YouTube channel yet? Come on. Welcome to the Rodney O Podcast. Okay, I started playing drums in the 6th grade, and it was love at first sight. I loved playing the drums, and the good thing was I was a natural. So I picked it up very fast. It didn't take me long to really get the hang of it and to read music and to really be able to play at a good level. And so all these achievements that I've had playing drums came easy. It came very easy, took very to little or no practice at all. And then eventually I did take lessons as I got better. And I had an instructor who was good, but the instructor really didn't push me. I kind of had this natural talent again, or practiced a little bit. And through the little bit I did practice, I was able to achieve the goals he was putting in front of me. But what happened with that was I soon lost the passion. I would argue that I probably didn't have it in the first place. I think it's something I enjoyed, that I like, and I still like it to this day. But as far as something that's a passion, like a burning desire, I don't think it was ever there. And so when it began to get harder and harder to keep it up, as everybody else kind of caught up to my talent level and then passed me, I didn't want to put in the work to keep up. So marching band, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, I soon realized that I didn't love it as much as I used to, and it just wasn't easy for me, and I wasn't wanting to challenge myself to get better. So I started to burn out about sophomore year. At this point, I had practices after school with marching. My Saturdays were spent at band reviews where we would go and march and then do concert band and sometimes jazz band and then awards, all day thing on Saturday. Get up early, get on the bus, go take the bus somewhere, get off the bus, spend all day. Then later that night or evening, you come home and your day is gone. And so I had jazz band as well, my freshman year. And that was a 7 a.m. class. It was like 7:02 or something like that. I would call it 7 a.m. And it was an extra class. So it wasn't like it was one of my 6 classes I took. This was a 7th class on top of what I was taking. And then marching band after school and other things. So I started to drop some of these bands like jazz band and marching band. And I began to kind of just miss the band period, which was the first class I had. And I would just kind of skip it. You see, I just simply was burned out from it. And that's the topic today. So welcome to the Rodney O Podcast.
Chance. My IG tag is @chance_AK_Billups. I've overcome addiction and changed my life. However, 2 things I'll never change is my love for God and the Rodney O Podcast, where you can hear stories like mine and other relevant topics. Stay tuned. This is the Rodney O Podcast.
Okay, today's podcast is exploring the subject of what do you do when you burn out? Now, I know that people like to set goals. Right? That's the whole idea of a New Year's resolution, right? That's what they're all about. You set out to accomplish something and then you go for it. And you may spend minutes, you may spend hours, days, weeks, months trying to grind this thing out, right? And that may be a fitness or weight loss goal, maybe a business goal, or maybe you're learning a new skill. And we all have an idea in our head on how this is going to turn out, right? You're going to sit out and you're going to say, I'm going to lose 25 pounds by summer. Or I want to learn how to sell real estate. And guess what? I want to make tons of money in about 6 to 8 months. You just watch. I'm going to open up my fitness business. I'm into fitness and I've done pretty well. People kind of ask me for advice. So I'm going to open up my own business as being a trainer and sell programs. I'm going to design programs. And then I'll advertise. I'll get tons of clients and I'll be successful, right? And then we go and we do that and we grind that out. And then after a long period of time, we're ready to just quit. Or we aren't consistent. Or we feel like we're just wasting our time. You ask yourself, what happened? I was so gung-ho. I was so out for this. Well, it was likely burnout. You've been making it a regular daily routine to hit the gym for the past 3 months, and all you have to show for it is maybe a 5-pound weight loss, or even if you're trying to gain muscle, maybe a 2-pound weight gain. And you set out to run a new business maybe, right? And you're at the point where your funds are low, and your results are minimum and non-existent. Oh my gosh, but I put so much time and effort into what I was doing. And now guess what? I'm just done. You're tired. And basically, you're burnt out. And at this point, how can you continue? You put in the time, you put in the work, and nothing to show for it. And the discouragement kind of hits hard. And you have no idea how to get the motivation to continue. And on top of that, all those people who laughed at you, right? All those people who said you cannot do this, that you can't, you won't make it. All those people who doubted you, now they seem to just be right. And it pains you to admit it and face that reality. And the negativity piles on you. And all you want to do is throw in the towel and give up. But then maybe you get a little glimmer of encouragement, maybe a little bit of hope. Maybe a friend gave you their advice, or maybe you heard a Rodney O podcast and said, I know the keys to success. But you shouldn't just do the same thing you've been doing, should you? That led you to burnout in the first place. You might have to change something. Well, here's what I would say. You need to remind ourselves why we started and where we are going to overcome burnout. So you need to kind of tell yourself, why did I start? What was my reason for doing this? And is that going to be enough to continue? You see, if you started for the wrong reasons, if you went to do something and it was for the wrong reasons, it's probably never going to work. And from my opinion, here are some things that I feel are wrong reasons to dive into something. Number one is money, right? Because money, first of all, is hard to come by. And if you hate what you do, I believe it just won't work. That even though you desire to have it, it just won't be fulfilling and you'll just get discouraged and stop. Maybe you're doing it for popularity. You want to be famous, you want everybody to know you. That's kind of a narcissistic reason, but I know some people want to be popular who aren't narcissistic, and I'm not going to I'm not going to dog that altogether. But I just don't think that works, set out to be popular. I think that's a result of what happens when you do something for other people and when you have a passion. Or maybe somebody told you, maybe like parents said, you need to do this. Can you imagine if you were told that you have to be something like a doctor or a lawyer and you did not want to be, if you despise lawyers? If you hated the sight of blood and somebody told you have to do it, how can you possibly not burn out when you're studying and trying to achieve something that you don't want to achieve? But here are some reasons for doing something. Here are some top reasons I feel for doing something. Number one, of course, I want to say if it's your passion, if you love it, if it's something you really desire, then yes, you can overcome burnout because it's something that's really desired among you. If it helps others, I think that's a very noble reason to go and to grind out something. Or if it's what I call a calling, if it's something that you feel is a directive in your life, that it just seems like you were made and your destiny is to do this, God called you, whatever it may be, that's a top reason for doing something. You see, when you do things for the right reason, you'll be able to overcome burnout. You're called to do something, you love it, it's your passion. Burnout is nothing more than being tired and needing a rest period and recharge, in my opinion. And that's if you love it. Before I get into the keys to remember and the keys to take forward with you to overcome burnout, I want to talk really quick about rest, right? Our bodies are designed to rest. We need it. It's a must. So working 24/7 and neglecting the rest is not the way to go. You work out. What do you need? Rest. Between sets, rest. Your muscles need rest between workouts. Working late, burning the midnight oil. You need your sleep. Make sure your burnout is not just a lack of rest, because I would simply advise you just to take a break. It's not about how long you've been awake. It's about what you do while you are awake. So with that, here are some keys to overcome burnout. First, you want to take a self-inventory. Look at why you started. Look at what your goals are. What's your motivation? Why are you doing this? You have to really evaluate yourself and figure that out. And once you do that, you can move on to the next one, which is calibrate the plan. Do you need to learn more? Do you need to adjust or change? If you're sitting there and you're doing something as far, maybe, let me use YouTube videos as an example, and you want to become a YouTuber, get more subscribers. Well, you need to look at the analytics. What are people liking? What are they don't liking? Are you getting better? Are you learning from people who are doing it and successful? Because doing the same way over and over again and getting the same result, is this going to cause you to burn out and spin your wheels? So continue to learn more, adjust, or change if needed. And then you can move to the next one. You can take a break because you're burnt out. Take a break, take a pause, rest from it for a minute, and then go back and do the last key, which is to relaunch and go for it. All in. Hope that helps you guys if you're feeling burnout. Well, as usual, please feel free to dialogue with me. My YouTube video, Rodney O Weekly, shows that I am living what I speak. Please be sure to subscribe to that channel. The link is in the podcast description, or you can simply go to YouTube and search Rodney O Weekly. Remember this, I want to inspire, encourage, and motivate all of you as you navigate this journey that we call life. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one.